Tadvaram paryaya vedmahe Jnanalingeshwaraya dhimahi Tanno Guruh Prachodayate Om Om Yogacharya Dr. Swami Gitananda Giri Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Namaste and welcome to this morning session today, where we are continuing our journey, a journey to understand the bilateral balanced flows of energy and how we can work with them, the prana and the apana, the ha and the ta, the pingala and the ida, the surya and the chandra. We have started looking at the practice of Nadishoddhana in the Gitananda tradition. And the Nadishoddhana in the Gitananda tradition is based on a rough, gross level cleaning of the nadis. The nadis are not physical entities, they are subtle energy channels. And the nadis are the energy channels that enable the flow of energy to occur without loss. When the nadis are not functioning at their optimal level, there is a loss of energy or there is a block of energy. It is like, say you had a pipe, a water pipe, and you had a block in the pipe, the water will not flow properly. Or if that pipe had holes along the way, you would be losing a lot of the water. Ultimately, the purpose of the pipe is not served. If the nadis and their purpose, their dharma is to be fulfilled, it is essential that we unblock any potential blockages that are there and prevent any unnecessary leakages that are there, so that the entire flow of energy through the nadis occurs as it is meant to be. The nadis in the subtle level of our existence, they are sukshma. They are represented in the physical body at the sthula level by any structure where there is a flow. So basically, structures in which there is a flow at the physiological level include our nervous system, with the sensory nerves flowing towards the brain and the motor nerves flowing away from the brain to the rest of the body. You have the arteries carrying blood away from the heart and the veins bringing blood back to the heart, and in between you have the capillary circulation and you have the lymphatic circulation. So the physical correlates of the nadis, which are subtle, at the physical level, the gross level, they are correlated with your nervous system, your circulatory system, and your lymphatic system. This is the three small components that we can think of. And that is why when we are working with Nadishoddhana, when we can enhance and optimize the flow of energy in the nadis through self-effort, the physiological and physical agents of flow will also flow properly, which means that if the nadis are flowing optimally, your nerve energy in the physical body and your circulatory energy and your lymphatic energy will also be going quite well. Because as the higher, so the lower, as the lower, so the higher. Adija Vyadi. The Adi and the Vyadi, the psyche and the soma and the soma and the psyche. So coming back to Nadishoddhana. In the Nadishoddhana, what we are doing is we are using primarily a right in, left out, because we are looking at the right in as the flow of the prana, one flux, which is a positive flux, and on through the left nostril, the apana, which is the negative flux. So positive, negative, not in a judgmental positive, negative, but positive and negative as just two flows. It's like your electricity has a positive and negative terminal. It doesn't mean the positive is good and negative is bad. Okay, it's not that judgmental aspect of positive, negative. It is just two equal and opposite flows. Now, the prana on the right, apana on the left. That is the understanding of the basic usage of in right, out left. What is the second component? We use primarily the Savitri pranayama pattern. So 2-1-2-1 is the formula. 2 for inhalation, 1 for holding in, 2 for exhalation, 1 for holding out. And this pattern is then used in different rhythmic combinations. So it could be 4-2, 4-2, it could be 6-3, 6-3, 8-4, 8-4, 10-5, 10-5, 12-6, 16-8, and up to 32/16. So the Savitri is the second component, because the Savitri is again the foundational practice of Gitananda system. So in all our pranayamas, 99% of the time they will be based on a Savitri pranayama pattern, because the Savitri pranayama pattern, what it does is it enhances our connection to the solar energy. Tat Savitu, that Savitu, which is the sun, that energy, and that is why the Gayatri and Savitri are synonyms. So here we are utilizing the Savitri pranayama pattern, which is a life enhancing pranayama pattern, and that is being applied on this. So you are not only cleansing, but you are cleansing with life. The life flow is the agent of the transformation also. So 1, right in, left out. 2, Savitri, right in, left out being guided by the Vishnu Mudra. Why the Vishnu Mudra? Because here you can have a focus on the Ajna through the Bhru Madhya. This is the Madhya point of the Bhru, the midpoint of the eyebrows. And when you go in a few inches here, you hit the Ajna Bindu and the Ajna Chakra energy. So this is a reminder when you have this finger, and it reminds you of the central flow. What is the central flow? Sushumna. And then you are using these two fingers here. This finger is the Ida and this finger is the Pingala. So you are constantly being reminded of the Triveni, the three flows of energy. The Pingala, the Ida and the Sushumna, the Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. Remember, these energies came together at the base as the Yukta Triveni. Yukta means to join together at the Muladhara. And at the Ajna, what is happening? Mukta Triveni, they are going on the way. And that is why here you are reminding yourself when you use the Vishnu Mudra. You can do it with other mudras and you can do all this stuff, and people do all this type of stuff. It's not my job to tell people what to do. I share what I have been taught. It's up to people to make the choices. I find all sort of... It looks good. It's a good exercise for your hands and gives you a twist. But anyway, if this is comfortable, go ahead. If this is comfortable, do it. That's your business. I am here to share what the tradition has. The Vishnu Mudra. Now this is tough on the wrists, tough on the hands. So now and then you need a bit of shaking and giving a good rotation. That is good. Okay, no issue. Strengthen yourself. Huh? It's like, imagine when we were kids, we said it is too tough to walk. My legs pain. Or it's too tough to cycle. My legs pain. Certain effort has to be made. Take it, go slow, but don't give up. Huh? Rest a bit and keep moving. Don't stop. As long as you don't stop, things are fine. It's when your ECG rhythm stops, and that's when they can bury you or cremate you. So just keep it going, even if it's a bit slower or faster than usual. Keep it going, coming back. Vishnu Mudra, Savitri Pranayama pattern is used primarily in right, out left. Why the in right, out left? Again, prana, apana. You want to create a balance, and prana followed by apana is balance. Activation followed by deactivation is balance. Then what are we doing? We are starting with a slow pattern and then going faster and faster and faster and faster until you can cleanse the whole system. A gross cleansing is done. You splash a little bit of water, then you splash a bit more. And what you're doing is you're just cleaning that whole thing. It's like you take a hose pipe and you compress the top, or you put a special nozzle to, make a jet of water. That's the type of mental image that you have when you do the Nadishoddhana. Okay? Let's go through this pattern. Join me. We'll be doing approximately 3 rounds for each of the components. Okay? Remember, as you breathe in, the Om is very, very essential as part of the mantra japa. Breathing out. Breathe in. Right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. Left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. Right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. Left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. Right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. Left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. The next. In. Right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Out. Left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. In. Right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Out. Left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. In. Right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Out. Left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Next. In. Right. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2. Out. Left. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2. In. Right. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2. Out. Left. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2. In. Right. 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2. Next, in, 2, hold, out, 2, hold. In, 2, hold, out, 2, hold. In, 2, hold, out, 2, hold. Next, in, out, 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 in, out. Now take in a deep breath. Perform the Jalandhara and the Bandhas. Now blasting out with the Mukha Bhastrika. The birthing process of the head, lifting up. Birthing process and letting the breath lift you up. Rest in the Dharmic Asana for a few seconds. The birthing process and breathing in. Resting in the Nishpanda for a few moments. Having the left side dominant is useful in this because it enhances a bit of balance to the activity. The Nishpanda Asana or the Nishpanda Bhavasana enables an attitude of relaxation, contemplation to manifest when we are doing this practice. This is not a practice that is just to be done like that. It is a practice of sadhana. It's a practice that one needs to keep working on, fine-tuning it, strengthening the system to be able to do it. It is not a practice meant to be given when people are in an unhealthy state of physical or mental places, because one needs to have a certain amount of health for this system to really work. There are so many practices that can be used as preparation. It's not that every practice has to be given to everyone all the time. I'm introducing it so that you will be aware of it and you can practice when it is the right time, right place for you. But it doesn't mean that the person walks into your class and the first thing you have to teach is this. Really coming back to the sitting. So this first component is the Nadishoddhana. Nadishoddhana is the rough cleanser, and then we have the subtle cleanser, the fine tuner. You know, when we used to have the old radios and you had to tune into a station, you would have the rough setting and then the fine setting. So the rough setting would be done and you get close to the station, and then you have the fine setting to even fine tune it so you get the exact station you want with all the clarity and minimize the noise. So the rough setting or resetting in this case, the rough resetting of the whole psychic channels is the Nadishoddhana. Now the Nadishuddhi is where you start from this point that you have gone. You have gone to a very fast point. Now what you do is from there you had to slow down. So with the Nadishoddhana, we were going from an 8-4 count, making it a 6-3, a 4-2, a 2-1, a 1-1-1-1-1-1, and going as fast as possible. Now the 1-1 becoming the 2-1, the 2-1 becoming the 4-2, the 4-2 becoming the 6-3, the 6-3 becoming the 8-4, the 8-4 becoming the 10-5, the 10-5 becoming a 12-6, 12-6 becoming a 14-7, a 14-7 becoming the 16-8, and all the way, depending on your capacity. So here, it is very, very important that we realize what we are doing is we are slowing down now. We are taking our foot off the accelerator. The Nadishoddhana was like the accelerator part, and now you're taking the foot back. It's like the Abhyasa Vairagya. The accelerator, the brake, the Spanda, the Nishpanda type of effort here. So in the Nadishuddhi, what we do is the same pattern, where now we would have been at that speed. So now you start with a 1-1 here. Then 2, 1, 2, 1. Then it's a 4, 2, 4, 2. 6, 3, 6, 3. 8, 4, 8, 4. And you go back this way. And that is why normally once this practice has been learned, you would actually combine it as a Nadishoddhana, Nadishuddhi, and go through the whole system, so that after you have done the very fast part, so you are doing, for example, then you start slowing it down, then making it a 2-1. In, 2, hold, out, 2. In, 2, hold, out, 2. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2. Then in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, and then in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. And then in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax your hands to your lap and just sit there quietly. Contemplate the beautiful sense of unblocking, the rectification of the flow in the subtle energy channels, unblocking, the setting right of any leakages that are there, so that the energy can flow as it is meant to flow without any block, enabling energy to perform its dharma, its responsibility of flowing through the channels that have been purified and stabilized. The purification and stabilization of these psychic energy channels is vital for the connection between the mind and the body. Rub your palms together and generate some nice heat to place on the eyes and the forehead. We have been looking at the Nadishoddhana-Nadishuddhi in Swamiji's teaching, a very amazing practice, and over the next few days we will practice it a bit more, because this is not something that you just know. Again, this morning as I was getting my stuff done, it struck me that in yoga it doesn't really matter what you know. It doesn't really matter what you know. What matters is what you are. There are a lot of people who know a lot of things. And there are people who may not know a lot, but they are. I think it is so essential because we have equated information collection to be knowledge and wisdom. Yoga is not about knowing more techniques. Yoga is not about knowing more concepts. Yoga is not about memorizing the Yoga Sutras. Yoga is about what we are. Because that is the process of transformation that has to occur if it is to be yoga. Because if it is not transformative, we can even ask a question, is it really yoga? Because the teachings were not meant to be learned and memorized and just shared online or make an online course or write an article or a blog. The idea of all these teachings were they were to be actualized in our each and every moment life. And that is why when we are doing these practices, the most important thing that is happening is that we are preventing those hindrances that are blocking us from being ourselves. We are the drop, and each drop makes up the ocean. But the problem is the drop thinks it's separate because it has its own membrane. Each drop has its own membrane, so it says, I am me. And then it tells the other drop, I am me, you are you. Dvaitam, duality, friction. Huh? And that is why the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, one of the very great Upanishads, in fact the largest Upanishad, says, from Dvaitam, duality, comes Bhayam, fear. Fear comes from the sense of duality. If you don't have a sense of duality, there's no fear. It is when one drop tells the other drop, you are different than me, that fear comes. And that is why when we unblock these subtle energy channels, the universal energy can flow through us without any distortion. These distortions Patanjali calls the kleshas. And they all start with avidya, which is ignorance. So people say, oh, if I read a book, I'll become non-ignorant. You will become more ignorant because now all that information in the book is inside you, blocking it even further. As Einstein said, the only thing that interferes with my intelligence is my education. So it's not about getting one more book. I'm buying all of Dr. Ananda's books and all his DVDs and all, watching all his YouTube channels. You will get totally muddled up. So don't do it. Even if you listen to one of them or read one of them, practice it. Practice it until those teachings come alive in you. It's great to know about what light looks like. Imagine you know all the laws of light. Refraction, reflection, deflection. What happens when it goes through a glass bar? What happens when it goes through a prism? What when it goes from water into air and air into water? We all learn all of that. People know a lot about that. But there's no light. So you're in darkness and you say, I know everything about light. And someone says, at least if you knew how to, light a lamp, you would have a bit of light. No, but I know tons about what light is. What does it matter? It's like the guy who knows everything about swimming but doesn't know how to swim. Please let that not become your yoga, our yoga. Yoga is not knowing everything about yoga and doing nothing about it. It has to transform us. And that is why, if it is to transform us, we have to unblock. We have to remove these kleshas. We have to remove the blocks. Keep practicing. Keep imbibing it every moment. Let this become real to you. And let all of these concepts become you, so that you become the best you that you can be. We'll be back in a few moments for our global prayer. And this evening I have a wonderful joint session with my yoga brother, yoga mitra Kaustubh, and details are there online. And you're going to have two mad guys in conversation from 6:30 to 7:30 Indian Standard Time today. And I really don't know what to expect because both of us are mad. And so you're going to have a lot of madness, a lot of humor, and hopefully some information, knowledge, and who knows, maybe some wisdom will also flow through. Till then, Hari Om Tat Sat.